Good Friday is one of the most solemn and significant days in human history. It marks the moment when Jesus Christ, the Son of God, willingly went to the cross and gave his life for the salvation of the world. At first glance, the events of that day appear filled with sorrow, injustice, and unbearable suffering. Yet across the world, Christians call it Good Friday. Why would such a painful day be described as good? The answer is found in the depth of God's love and the redemption that was accomplished through the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. To truly understand Good Friday, we must recognize that nothing about it was accidental. The crucifixion was not merely a tragic event. It was part of God's divine plan long before it unfolded. Generations before Jesus was born, prophets had already spoken about a suffering Messiah. Isaiah declared that he would be pierced for our transgressions and crushed for our iniquities. What took place on that day was the fulfillment of God's promise to save humanity from sin. The day began with Jesus standing before the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. The religious leaders had already judged him and accused him of blasphemy, stirring the crowd to demand his execution. Pilate examined Jesus and found no fault worthy of death, yet the pressure from the crowd kept rising. They shouted relentlessly, "Crucify him!" Eventually, Pilate gave in. He washed his hands as a sign of distancing himself from the decision and handed Jesus over to be crucified. From that moment, Jesus endured intense suffering. Roman soldiers mocked him, placing a crown of thorns on his head and dressing him in a purple robe, ridiculing him as a false king. They struck him, spat on him, and scourged him with brutal whips that tore into his flesh, punishment so severe that many did not survive it. Still, Jesus endured it all. After the beating, he was forced to carry his cross through the streets of Jerusalem to a place called Golgotha, meaning the place of the skull. Weak and wounded, he struggled under its weight, stumbling along the way. Some people mocked him, while others mourned. Among them were women who wept at the sight of his suffering. At Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus to the cross, driving nails through his hands and feet. He was lifted up, suspended between heaven and earth.